my God, my phone keeps lighting up whenever I go to hit record, and it makes me look creepy as hell. But if it rings, my ringtone is WAP, so it won't be creepy. I'm so grouchy today. It might be the fact that all I've had to eat today was a piece of bread, but to be fair, I get really distracted. I made the boys a really good lunch, but I got really distracted when it came to myself. Well, listen. Dee's grandma is all the time buying him stuff on like Etsy, and apparently he was supposed to have a package delivered on Saturday, and she showed me a screenshot of the tracking that said that it was delivered on Saturday, and I'm like, listen, I promise you it wasn't. I promise you that it wasn't. Like, I went outside and I tore up the bushes and everything. There was no package delivered for Dee on Saturday. And she was like, well, maybe one of the neighbors got it. And I was like, honestly, it's been 2 days. And if I go and I knock on people's doors, they're not going to give me a package if they've had it for 2 days and they've known that it doesn't belong to them. They're not going to give that to us. They're not going to return it either. Like, they're not going to slip up on the porch and put the package down because we've got cameras outside. So it's just like gone. And she's upset and Dee's upset, and I feel like I could just bawl. I feel like I could just lay down and bawl. I think another reason that I'm having a lot of trouble eating today, other than the fact that I got really distracted, we got to doing something. We got to playing with this little toy, and you can like hook an app to it and like draw on the app, and what you draw on the app shows up on the toy. So I had to like sign up with my email address and stuff and make an account for them so that they could play with it. And then we all got to playing with it, and then I ended up burning the food, which was just the best. It wasn't the best. It really wasn't. But I think the main reason that I can't eat is because I'm nervous about tomorrow. I am nervous about tomorrow, and I feel like time is going so slow. It's going so slow. Like, I want 4 p.m. to get here, 1, because I know that the school is closed at 4, so then I know if she's going to call me today or not. And 2, for me personally, at 4 p.m., it's kind of like when I feel like the day is winding down. You know, during the week anyway, that kind of feels like the day, when the day is winding down. That's when the kids are getting home from school, when Dee's in school. You know, that's dinner time. That's when the kids are, you know, doing their homework and playing with their toys, and we're just kind of relaxing because we get our running and stuff done really early in the day if we have to do any at all. And so to me personally, I feel like 4 or 5 o'clock, the day's basically over. Like, any obligations that I have, they have to be held off until the next day. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just really nervous about tomorrow, but I mostly just want to get it over with because I want answers, or I want somebody to get enough information to point me in the direction of somebody who can give me answers. Does that make sense? Also, guys, let me also take a shot every time I say also. Point out how long I've had these same press-ons on. They're disgusting. They're so overgrown. They are so overgrown. The polish is worn off around the edges. Underneath of them is disgusting no matter how much I take a scrub brush to them. The plastic is starting to wear down around the edges. Like the edges of my like thumbs are feeling rough because the plastic is slowly chipping away. I'm like, holy shit, I've had these things on for a long time. I'm not sure how long, but I didn't really realize how long. Sometimes until I got on my YouTube app, because sometimes I'll go in and there's a section of the app for just like your content, and I'll go back and I'll scroll through like my videos from the last like week or so, and I was scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. His blood sugar's probably high. Hold on a second. I realized that I filmed my legs while I was sitting outside trying to get some vitamin D. But I didn't come back and talk about what I was talking about. I can't remember what I was talking about. But yeah, Dee's blood sugar was a little high and he just needed a bolus. That means that you go tell his insulin pump to give him a little bit of insulin. What the fuck was I talking about before that though? Oh, my nails. Okay, I watched it back. Yeah, okay, my nails. They're gross. I definitely got to get them off. Epps just ran to Walmart. I actually want to text him and ask him if he can get me some cookies. I just want, they have these really, really good chocolate chip cookies in the Walmart deli that are like perfectly between baked and like almost like raw cookie dough. I don't know how to describe it. They're my favorite and I can eat the shit out of them. I think I'm going to text him and tell him to bring me home some. I'm very hormonal right now. I mean, it's not that everything's making me cry because everything always makes me cry. I just feel like I've been extra like hungry and extra like grumpy, you know? Like just kind of been wanting to stay away from everybody because I'm feeling kind of grouchy. I probably shouldn't admit that, but it's true. I also feel like a lot of it has to do with stress, and I really just want to get tomorrow over with. I just want to rip the Band-Aid off and get tomorrow over with. Guys, it's 7:55, and I can still see outside. Let's go look. Let's go see the sunset. It's 7:55, and look at it. I feel like it looks a lot darker on my screen than it is. But do you like that my neighbors said have to chop off they cut down everything that has a sign of life, and they made the tree next door look like a broccoli stem. I'm so excited for spring. I want to go outside, but I'm sure you can hear just fine that there's people out there. There's people out there. Guys, we're running on an hour of sleep. Yeah. I had a hard time falling asleep last night. I'm trying to catch my breath. I'm not allowed to use my inhaler. They told me no inhaler for up to 4 hours before my appointment, and it's officially at the 2-hour mark. So no inhaler. And I'm wore the fuck out from taking a shower and getting dressed. So I just had to plop my big ass down, and I realized that I left my energy drink on the other side of the room. So I just need to catch my breath and then come back and do my skincare and put on a little bit of makeup. But I gotta chill for a second. I am running on about an hour of sleep. Couldn't fall asleep last night. Woke up this morning, couldn't fall back asleep. Yeah, I think I've caught a wind a little bit, and I feel like I'm crashing from said wind. I feel like the wind is wearing off. I feel like the wind is you know what a wind is? It's like where you go without sleep and then all of a sudden you feel fine for a little bit, but then it dies back down. I think I'm in the stage of it, which is really bad. I don't know how long any of this is going to take, but I will say this much. I am very thankful that I was allowed to eat this morning, because you know how like before some testing you can't eat like for however many hours. When I go to do my liver test, sometimes I have to fast for as long as fucking 16 hours. So I'm thankful that I got to have a very nutritious breakfast this morning, which consisted of me standing in my fucking dark kitchen and shoveling in handfuls of Doritos, because I just don't have it in me to cook right now. Like, I thought maybe some nice eggs and toast. No. How about some nacho flavored Doritos and a C4? Is that a busted blood vessel in my eye? Probably. I've never had a lung functioning test before. I've never done that before. I don't know how long that takes. I have a 6-minute walk, which I assume is going to take 6 minutes. And I have a CT scan, which I know is a relatively quick thing. Probably me getting an IV and
Me having to get like undressed and everything is probably going to be what takes the most time with that. But I don't know how long the other shit takes. I have no idea. I'm estimating in my head though that I'll probably be home by like 11:30. I was going to say, which I think will be enough time for me to nap for a couple of hours. Why am I going to sit here and make plans and say that I'm going to do this, that, and the other? Because every fucking time that I do that, it never works out the way that I want it to. I always like lay out a plan. Like, you know how like a lot of people, they function so much better when they have like a plan for the day. If I have a plan for the day, I know that whatever I'm planning on doing, it's not going to work out the way that I wanted it to work out. The most I can say is that I will go to my appointment and I will be home when the appointment is over. And that's the only timeline that I can give myself. And I will come home and I will nap for 2 hours. Will you, though? Or will you say fuck it and nap for like 8? You do that? Is that what you'll do instead? Because probably. Also, it's 7 o'clock in the morning and I don't have to leave for another hour and a half. And honestly, I could probably leave at 8:45 instead of 8:30 because the place that I'm going is right here in my town, but I'm not 100% sure where it is. And if I'm on time, I'm late. So, yeah, I'm trying to give myself time to like not have to panic to get ready, but also that's a lot of time to get very, very tired. That's a lot of time to get like problematically tired. A couple things. I just spilled my energy drink all over me on the only nice outfit that I have clean, and I just spilled my fucking energy drink on me. I'm just gonna be really thankful that it's sugar free. Also, I know it could be my eyes because I'm tired, and I know that it could be the lighting, but I swear to you, I think my green is fading to blue. I swear my green is fading to blue, which is fine. My only worry is that I'm going to go to touch up my green and it's not going to turn back to green. That's probably an unrealistic fear. And it could be that I'm tired, but bitch, what the fuck? What the fuck? Blue was my go-to hair color for many, many years. It was my go-to. You know how like a lot of people, their go-to hair color is like black box dye? Mine was blue for a really, really long time. And it's so, like, is it just the lighting? I feel like, you see right here, if it looks like it's teal. Is it just the lighting, my eyes, the screen? Watch, I'm gonna watch this back and I'm gonna look nuts. Watch. I think I'm gonna wear a wig because it's raining and I sincerely don't care to deal with my hair right now. Did I tell you guys that last night Epps looks at me and he was like, "You're looking for your glasses, right?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Would it happen to be one of the 1,200 pairs that's in the Jeep?" I was like, "What?" He goes outside. He comes back in. I got fuzzies all over my face from using that makeup brush. I just want to slap every time my face gets a tickly thing on it, it makes me want to slap myself. I don't know why. It feels like if I scratch, it's not going to be enough. I have to punch myself in the fucking face. He comes back inside and he's got like 5 or 6 pairs of my glasses. And I was like, "Can you tell I never really go anywhere? Can you tell I never really go anywhere?" By that, I mean if I ever went into the Jeep, I would probably see that all of my glasses were in the Jeep. All right, I gotta go get my shoes on. I might leave a little bit earlier than I thought I was going to because I was gonna be leaving at the same time that the bus was gonna get here to get E. And maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe I need to beat the school buses. Maybe I need to kick their ass. I don't like how my eyes look with eye makeup and no eyelashes. I don't like it. All right, we've made it. It is absolutely pissing down the rain. I know that I have like anxiety and that I worry about things, but like every part of me was like, watch, it's going to come out of nowhere and I'm going to go to slow down and it's raining and I'm going to like skid or something. And I didn't, thank God. It was easier to find than I thought it was going to be. I'm about 15 minutes early, but I think I'm going to go in a minute and pee, even though I'm not really sure if I have to pee or if I'm just nervous. And also, I started filming a minute ago, but then a guy drove by and I got nervous, and now you guys are down here. Oh my God, I feel like a trapped animal. I have been sitting here trying to find something to get this damn hospital. Oh, it's just slipping right off. Something to get this damn hospital bracelet off. Because I talk with my hands. I'm trying to cover my personal information. I talk with my hands a lot. And I tried to film multiple times and I kept flashing my shit like right there. I just napped for 3 hours and it was really good, but I'm just still really fucking tired. I'm still very tired and my hair looks gross and yeah, my throat hurts. Should it? That was not as bad as I thought that it was going to be, but honestly, the fact that the lady that did my breathing test was really, really nice. The fact that she was very nice and very, like, clear with her instruction and, like, patient and, like, kind probably helped a lot. I don't know about anybody else, but I always feel like when I'm going into, like, situations like that. Like, I'm being judged a little bit for how I look, which is fine as long as you do your job. You know what I mean? It's fine. I'm fine with that as long as you do your job. But I've been in so many situations with medical situations where it's like you absolutely know they're talking about you, like in the other room or after you leave. And she just kept like, I don't know how do I describe? We had to go on the 6-minute walk together and stuff, but also like there was a lot of time between the tests that we just sat there and talked because like my breathing had to like settle down or my heart rate had to settle down. So it was a lot of just sitting there and staring at each other and talking. And I learned a lot about her and she learned a lot about me. But I'm telling you guys, like right now, how far kindness goes, especially in all situations. But I mean, like in a medical situation, how far kindness goes. And I mean like true kindness, not fake kindness, is insane. Because it was like after I realized that she was nice, I relaxed so much. Like after I got there, I felt a little bit better. And then after I got to interacting with her a little bit, I was like, okay, so I'm not going to have to spend however much long that I'm here with somebody that's going to like make this seem big and scary, because she definitely did not at all. I messed up on the breathing test the first go around that we had. I didn't blow hard enough. Like you have to suck in and then blow out as hard as you can, and I didn't blow out as hard as I could. I just sucked. You have to suck in like really fast, like and blow out as hard as you can. And I don't know how to describe it, but you have to keep blowing and keep blowing it. Even when you feel like there's nothing in your lungs, you have to keep going. And I didn't do it right. And she just started laughing, and I was like, sorry, I can't, I don't do this a lot. Never done it before. And like, I can also tell when she would say nice things to me that they were genuine nice things and not like fake nice things, which helps a lot. For the 6-minute walk, all that they did was like put a lot, like I told her, I forgot shoes. I wore my cat boots, and I got there and I was like, I hope these are fine. And she's like, honestly, we don't want to see people like wearing athletic shoes that help them out. We want to see people wearing the shoes that they wear every day so that we can see how their body's going to behave most of the time, not just in like an ideal situation. But they put this little pulse ox thing on my finger, and I had this little reader thing with it, and I walked around and she just watched the numbers on it. I did really bad. I did bad. My oxygen level never got really low. I think the lowest it went was 97, which is very good. But my heart was when I was walking around. Though, I'm telling, they probably see worse. For me, that's bad, but they also probably see way worse. They probably but to me personally, I'm like, ooh. Also, I'm fucking pissed because when my heart rate, okay, these numbers are burned into my head. My heart rate on the little thing that I had, the little machine that I had, said it was, like 133. And I looked down at my Fitbit, and my Fitbit said it was 101. I was like, motherfucker, I want my like $200 that I spent on this shit back. The breathing part, I think I did pretty good on it. I do. This probably sounds weird and I might be making it up in my head. But I breathe a lot better out on days when it's cool and rainy, and it's cool and rainy out, because I was terrified. I was like, I'm going to go in here and I don't fucking have my inhaler. But then I'm in a hospital. You know. But they put me in this box. It's see-through. It's tiny. This tiny see-through box that literally just has enough room in it for me to sit. And there's this thing in front of my face, and they gave me these little clampy things for my nose. And she said, we're measuring your lungs, not your sinuses. So every time that I would have to blow into this tube, I would have to put this clamp on my nose. And all I could think about was my foundation is definitely rubbing off of my nose right now. And I'm sitting there talking to her thinking, I bet you the foundation is rubbed off of my nose right now. But I had to put the little clampies on my nose in between tests, because there were several of them, and blow into this giant tube, like at her direction. But it was wild because the box thing, she had to seal it up for several of the tests, and she had to show me where this panic button was. But what was hilarious to me was the inside of it looked like a teenager's bedroom with the amount of LED lights in it, like red and blue LED lights that were in it. Like, it was very like futuristic and fancy. I don't know. It was very fancy looking. I think I did pretty good. I honestly think that I did pretty good. And I'm trying to not think of myself like as opposed to other people that have taken the test, because I'm sure that there are people that have done that have, you know, almost passed out, if not passed out, because how hard it was for them. And I'm sure there's people that have flown through it. But I feel like I did pretty good. I really do feel like I did pretty good. The worst part was when they literally, like, I had to, there's like this long tube with a thing on it that looks like the end of my inhaler. And she shut the tube several times. She said, it's going to feel like I'm cutting off your air, but I need you to pant like you're a dog. Pant, do what you can. And I did it. It was very weird feeling, but I did it. The lady that did like all my breathing tests, she handed me off to the girl that was going to do my CT scan. And she had me go into this little dressing room and take out my Scooty rings. And then we went into the room where the machine was, and she's like, you can put your stuff down here. And I was like, I don't have an IV. And she's like, oh, it's fine. She said, you don't need one for this. Okay. Every time I've ever had a CT scan done, I've had to get an IV, and they've like pushed the dye in there, and then you feel like you peed yourself. She's like, no, you don't need an IV, or you don't need an IV for this. Well, all right. I think the worst part about the whole everything was coming home and having to put my Scooty rings back in. I hate it. 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 Like, tell me why I've had them done for over a decade, and yet it still sucks to put them back in. I have to be gentle but firm. I fucking hate it. And then they hurt for like, they burn for like an hour after I put them back in. I hate it. Anytime that I know that I have to take them out, But I think that I did pretty okay on the breathing test. I don't think I did very good on the walking test. And the machine told on me, and I can't control what's on that CT scan. I just have to wait to see what they say to me. The girl that did it said that it can take a couple of days, so I'm really hoping that I can hear back from them on by Friday. But yeah, I gotta go because I gotta pee, and I want to go downstairs and bug D before E gets home. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Boy.